So there's this big, I don't know, controversy, I suppose, or whatever you want to call it, about James Gunn, who, if you don't know who he is the writer, director of the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I believe he even finished the script for the third one. But Disney has basically fired him from directing the third installment because of some old tweets that he had tweeted that were
pretty creepy.
Yeah, they were weird, to say the least. Now, from my understanding, this is kind of where his comedy is. He does
just how his humor is.
Yeah, he has a dark humor. But anyway, the main reason why this is an issue in the first place is because I believe it was either Mike Cernovich or Jack Posobiec. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Posobiec, whatever. We're saying, hey, Disney, why are you hiring this guy? Look at some of the tweets that he's done. That just snowballed into, something bigger, and social media caught on to it. And now he's without a job. His life is pretty much ruined because of these right-wing SJWs. And a lot of people are coming to his defense, and a lot of people are agreeing with Cernovich and Jack.
Are we going to do this every time we find someone doing something? We're not doing something, even just saying something weird on social media a couple of years ago. Well, I think what makes this like a big issue right now is because of the growing, trend of pedophilia online, and some of the jokes that he made are centered around pedophilia. Mm-hmm. So right now it kind of seems like it would catch fire, especially now. I don't know what my stance is on this issue. I mean, on one hand, I think the public should be able to decide what happens to people. I mean, but on the other hand, it's like all these internet mob, like, outrage, like, without even, like, looking at any other part of evidence other than tweets.
Right.
And then deciding whether someone gets fired or not is kind of crazy, too, because, I don't know, there's no evidence that he did anything bad.
Well, Disney has every right to fire him if they feel that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the company's rights, right? If you're being employed by someone and they find your Twitter and then they decide that what you're saying is not good and they fire you for it, it's kind of scary that happens nowadays, but I guess people just have to be conscious of it.
This basically solidifies that what you say is way more important than what you do. And especially on social media. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you say one thing, someone will say, I don't like this, and then they're going to get their supporters or their friends or whatever to say, we need to do something about this, and then, it's going to
snowball.
Yeah, get worse and worse. And, like with Roseanne, for example, she said a tweet that many would consider racist, and now she's out of Roseanne. They're doing a spinoff without her, and now everyone thinks she's a weirdo and a crazy person, a lunatic. But a lot of people are saying that she was fired and all that stuff and she was a target because she came out as being a Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. So that a lot of people think it was politically motivated.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not defending anyone's tweets.
No.
Her tweets were stupid. His tweets were stupid. Pretty creepy, if you ask me. But, does someone deserve to get fired for something that they said on the internet? I don't know.
Yeah, and there's that line too. What's the line? Like, what is the actual imaginary red line or whatever that, okay, if you step over this line, then you're gonna get ridiculed.
Even the people who say that they're free speech absolutists, I'm sure, do they have a line? That's what I want to know. Because a lot of people on the right say they're free speech absolutists, but then do they have a line? Is this the line? I don't know.
Sean had tweeted out something that was interesting, where there was one particular tweet that James said about, I'll try and put the picture here so you know what I'm talking about, and then she said, well, he was making a joke on the title of that song.
Oh, the video that was linked?
Yeah.
Bunty tweeted out something saying, internet hate mobs are comprised of more demons than demons they're trying to chase away. And it takes a special kind of unhappy person to partake in a crusade against someone they've never met. It's like people are getting mad over something that's never going to affect them.
Okay, so another argument that was said that I also is a fair point. They said, okay, well, if the liberals are going to fight like this, well, we're going to fight back. We're going to do what they do.
Yeah,
fire with fire.
I've seen that a lot.
And I get that. You know, you don't want to act like, you don't want to look weak all the time and say, oh, okay, well, if you're going to do this to me, I'm just going to let it happen.
You're going to be the better person.
Right, I'm going to be the better person. But you know what? No, we're going to fight back. And then we're gonna keep fighting until like this whole thing dies, because this is basically this is the culture war. This is basically the epitome of the culture war right here. The left wing and the right wing are trying to act like they're the better person. See, this person's racist. This person likes to fuck kids. It's like, well, how do we know 100% whether they are or not? And then these left wingers are saying, well, this guy's a racist because he said this thing I didn't like. Mark Duplass, or however you pronounce his name, he got shit. Get this is ridiculous. I know it's gonna be crazy, but he got absolute hounded by his own supporters for saying, "How dare you say we should follow Ben Shapiro and cross the aisle and see what they have to say, and if we agree, okay, whatever. If we don't, great." Are you kidding me? He had to apologize. This is the epitome of the culture war, and Dave Smith's right. We're in it. This is the culture war. And when Donald Trump won the presidency in 2016, that was basically a big fuck you to the liberals. Say, hey, fuck you for trying to do all this shit, calling us racist and homophobe and xenophobe and all that shit. No, we're not taking it anymore. So it's so angering. This whole fucking thing's angering because
he's been like this all day.
What's the end game for doing this type of stuff? And I'm talking to both sides. What's the end game here? You're gonna call them racists and homophobes and all that? What's? You're basically saying you're calling all the people you don't like Nazi, and you're basically delegitimizing that whole word. Like Nazi will mean nothing anymore. Nazi will mean absolute jack.
I think what he's trying to say is he's fed up with the culture war and he's turning into a collapsitarian.
Pretty much, just end the whole thing. Okay, so James Gunn he made these comments back in like 2009, 10, 11, or whatever, and then he apologized for them in 2012. And so that's not good enough. If you thought, oh, I don't know, I mean maybe, but no, I'm not sure. Well, for me, this is it. Now I gotta watch everything I say. What's your thoughts on all this? Leave a comment and we'll see what you gotta say. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and also follow us on Twitter. And if you like our content, donate at patreon.com/Hapas Supremacy. And we also have a website, hapasupremacy.com. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.